Hi everyone, it's Tuesday night, and it's the holiday season, and it's time for cookies. How's everyone doing tonight?
Ominous.
It is very ominous cookie music. Okay, Pokemon. We're going to be making Spritz cookies tonight, which are a type of butter cookie that are made with a press. Omega Sam Art noticed the apron. I had some money in Redbubble I was allowed to use, and I got aprons. So I got one with my logo, but basically every painting is up as an apron if you're interested. But that's not the logo, it's like the background of the logo. So that's up. So I got a few, and then this was one of them, and I thought I'd show this one off first. But there's a handful of them in my closet now.
Where can you get it?
You can get them at MalMerch.com.
Hooray.
And I might be wrong. I could probably find out, or someone can find out for me. I feel like there's a sale right now. Maybe if you buy a certain amount of things, you get things off. I can't remember 100%. But I think it's ending soon if it's still going. So we're making Spritz cookies, and I'm gonna start by preheating the oven because that'll take a few minutes to get to. And I'm preheating it to 400. So you have to listen to Whistly, I'm sorry. And the other thing I'm doing ahead of time is I took my cookie sheets and put them in the freezer because they need to be cold before we use them, because we need the dough to stick to them, so they have to be cold. Everyone's saying hi to Whistly. Why so loud? We don't know. It's just loud. All right, so we have a subscription from Ice Nuke. Welcome. 8 months from Trainswreck, 9 months from Molad, 8 months from Paranite. We also have 300 bits from Slick Duke, who says bits for the good cookie witch. And I guess the system thought that purple was appropriate for that. And then we have 300 bits from Noir Kitty, who says cookie time. And it picked a warmer purple for that color. And then Twitch is doing a thing right now where you get bonus bits. So it's 10, how many?
If you cheer 300 or more, Twitch will send an additional 10%.
Okay, if you send 300 or more bits, Twitch will send me an additional 10%. Over 300. And then there's discounts on subscriptions. So there's 120 bits from Twitch that came through from someone else's. We have a 9-month resub from Drek. Thank you, Drek. And a subscription from Omega Sam Art. Welcome. Chaz has a link for the end of the year bonus round. So we're making Spritz cookies, and I talked about this on breakfast stream. These cookies, a friend of mine, her mom made them all the time in the holidays, and this is actually the recipe from her. But I added cinnamon to it one year because I made them before I was given this, and I liked the cinnamon, so we're going to use the cinnamon. So preheating oven to 400. I've warmed up the butter by leaving it on the counter for about an hour, so it's soft-ish. We have 300 bits from Lunar, who says rainbow is green rainbow. It decided to pick a lime green for you. So I'm going to start by putting this in the mixer, and you could put this in a bowl and use a hand mixer. But I decided to make it a little easier on myself and use the stand mixer today. So I'm using a full cup of butter. And this is not a difficult recipe. It has 6 ingredients if you count the cinnamon. And if you're not doing cinnamon, it has 5. Lunar is testing the limits of Chaz's system. Phil Girl says, we have that same stand mixer. It's a great one. I got it used, and I'm very happy about it. Oh, I need a paper towel, because I got butter all over my hands. All right, the other thing I'm gonna throw in here right away to get started is the sugar, and then we're going to cream these together. And it's 3/4 cup sugar. So it's 3 of these. No, please don't take my coffee measuring spoon with you. into the mixer. I just got a whiff of like sugar powder in the air and I can taste it. All right, so we're gonna mix these together. Angel Night Rose says, I swear I have a cookie press somewhere that we've never used. I cannot for the life of me remember where it is. I got mine from my friend who was like, you loved my mom's cookies. Here's a cookie press and here's her recipe. But you can find vintage ones sometimes at places like antique malls. You can still buy them new. And if you don't have one, you could use a piping bag and just pipe like a circle design or something, or put some like dollops in a little tiny circle. These are very small cookies. You'll see when I start to mix them, or use the press. I think I need to adjust my mixer because it's not really getting all the way down to the bottom. Let's scoop this a little bit and get some of this extra sugar in there that's not getting into the butter. Did you know you can adjust your mixer? It's this little guy right here. I'd probably watch a video on it if I were you, so you know exactly how to go about doing it. I have 300 bits from Lunar who says Pepto-Bismol. It was a Pepto-Bismol color. Chibi UFO says, what are Spritz cookies? They're kind of buttery. They're like kind of butter cookies. They're small. They have a shape to them and not like a cutout cookie shape. They're like shaped by a press or a die. Like if you had those Lego things as a kid where you put the dough in and then push it and then the Play-Doh would shoot out as a shape. It's kind of like that. So they're fun to make. They come together very quick, and even this recipe, which doesn't seem like a lot of stuff together, will make a ton of these. There we go. Now all the sugar is getting incorporated. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna add everything else in. And I'm going to start with the wet ingredients, which is 1 egg, because the reason I'm starting with wet instead of flour is I may not need all of this flour. So we're gonna start with everything else and then we're gonna add in some of the flour and see how we feel about it. Am I really on my new bottle of vanilla? Must be. We have 300 bits from Kita who sent Midnight and got like a dark blue. That was cool. All right, we are using a teaspoon of vanilla. That's a tumbler amount of vanilla. It's from Costco, where you get a lot. All right, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is a half, so I'm gonna do 2 of these. And we have a 9-month free sub from Nun Shoes. Thank you. You could also use almond extract because Trill Girl says ours wanted an almond, so we substituted that for more vanilla. Yeah, you could use almond. I think that would be good. All right, next is flour. And this is 2.5 cups of flour. I should probably put this closer to me. Oven's preheated. All right, here's 1 cup. You just go over there. Thank you. Second cup of flour. And then we're gonna get this incorporated and see how I feel about the consistency of this dough. And I'm not turning it on full blast because it's just gonna send flour into the air. And that is not a good time. And I need to scrape the bowl a little bit. Because all of that butter stuck to the edges of the bowl. Padawan Becca says, do we get to decorate them later with sprinkles? You could. You can also dye them fun colors with food gel. So this dough is not looking super sticky. Like, it's looking like cookie dough, but I do not think I need the extra half cup of flour. Let's look at this. It's very cinnamony and good. Yeah, that is not super sticky, so that's probably good. So we're gonna go with 2 cups of flour. That's why I didn't put in the extra half, because my recipe says 2.5, but you may need less. So I went with 2 and it seemed good. And I did get flour all over my counter. Trill Girl says, we add a little milk to combat all the flour. Yeah, if you end up with it being way too dry, you could add a little milk in little tiny increments. All right, so we have our dough. And I did pull out gel food color in case I did want to make it colors. But I thought I'd start with this, and then I can always put it back in the mixer and mix it. So this is my cookie press. And I need to remember how to take it apart because it's been a very long time. Let's see. Unscrew. That goes there. Okay, so the dough's gonna go inside into the clear part, and inside this front ring, we're gonna put a shape. I have so many shapes. We have an 8-month resub from Dual Braids, thank you. I have used this a few times. So we have snowman, we have this shape, we have whatever this is supposed to be, pumpkin. This is called dinosaur in the book, but it looks like a camel to me. Christmas tree. I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this snowflakey shape. And we're gonna take some of the dough and put it in here. See how like heavy this dough is though? Like it's super heavy. And I don't want to get my hands dirty, so I'm just going to spoon it into it. Because that seems like the cleaner option to me. It's like roll into log and place into cookie tube. Shoot. I didn't push enough. I pushed that in more. All right, I didn't go all the way, but I can also throw some food coloring in the rest of the dough and make it fun colors. So we're gonna start with this. So we have cookie dough and cookie tube. This part's pulled back, so like the stopper is on this side, and then I have the shape die here. And so the first ones aren't really gonna work. Actually, I might have gotten that pretty good. So when we push it, it's gonna stick a cookie out. That's how it works. And the reason you start with a cold cookie sheet is because you want it to stick. So if you have an ice cold cookie sheet, it will stick. And you just basically set it down, click, and pull away. But it's gonna take a little bit to get started because, why are we not coming out? What it's doing is it's pushing all the air because of the gap I had. My other problem might be is this is a non-stick cookie sheet and I don't have non-stick cookie or regular cookie sheets anymore, so I'm not sure this is even gonna stick. But I do have a backup plan. There we go, that's what they do. Anyway, it makes cute, perfect little cookies. Do one more, or was that the end of it? One more? That was it. There we go, we made however many that is. Everyone's saying it's satisfying, isn't it? It's so much fun. All right, let's set that over there while I switch the disc and get more cookie dough in here. I could also dye this, but I don't think I want to at this point. I kind of just want to keep going. Oh, I forgot to pull this back. You got to do that each time. There we go. We have an 8-month resub from Capri, thank you. So these weren't the only cookies my friend's mom made every Christmas. She also did like peanut butter blossoms and cutout cookies and I don't know, some other things. She always had a ton, and she always did this layered rainbow jello. and she would do it with the, is it condensed milk you use to make it opaque? So she would do that, and then she would do like a clear red, and then the opaque red, and then a clear orange, and then the opaque orange. And like, it would take her hours, because you'd have to let one set, and then do the next one, and then let the next one set, and then keep going until you had every layer. All right, now what shape should we use? Tree, let's use tree. All right, back to our cookie sheet. Is there stuff in the way for you? I don't need this anymore. Tree. I probably could have spaced them better, but I didn't. There we go. All of our little shape cookies. So these are gonna go in the oven for 6 to 10, but I check them at 5. They cook quick. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Next cookie sheet. And we're gonna just do the same thing. I don't know why some of them haven't stuck. It was the first one and then that one. Maybe it's too cold. That was it for that one. All right, let's refill this up while we're waiting on the other ones, and then we'll finish this off. So I was saying earlier, if you don't have a cookie press, you could use a piping bag, and someone said, what if you don't have a piping bag? You could use a Ziploc. Use a Ziploc bag and then put all your dough in it and then cut a very tiny hole in the corner. And then you basically just pipe like little dollops. Like the first set I did, those little flowers, like those are just like 5 dots that go in a circle. So you could just make tiny little ones that were about that size. We have a 9-month resub from Sherlock, thank you. The other thing you can do is you could put sprinkles on them. One time I did it after and they did not stick. So I haven't done enough experimenting with these to see if you need to put it on before. You could probably put them on before. They're not in the oven that long, so I don't think the sprinkles would like melt. But that would be my worry. Troll Girl says, I've never tried using food coloring gel. Yeah, I would just put a few dots in and mix it and see how you feel about it if you wanted to try dyeing it. I've done it before. I think last time I made these, I did green and red because it was for a holiday party. And we have a 9-month resub from Gadzooks. Thank you. Did you know cookie starts with C and C is cookie, and that's good enough for me? Wonderful. All right, I'm gonna do this one that looks like a sun. I've pulled it back again. And we'll go back to our cookie sheet. Nope, one more. Oh, it only did half. We're just gonna, nope. We're just gonna bake that one and let it be its shape it is. There we go. And that one had an air pocket. But those ones are just ones you get to eat and not give to friends. Also, shout out to Dan for getting me flour, because I thought I was low on flour. And I was like, Dan, you can have some cookies. I'll bring them to you tomorrow. And we have a flat tire, so our car is inoperable. So we have more shapes. And then I have a cake pan. I only got 5, so I have just a little bit more dough to finish this off. But I'm sure my timer is going to go off the second I start doing this. It is. All right, so it's been 5 minutes, and like I said, it's 6 to 9, and these are not done yet. So we're going to set another 2-minute timer. Set a 2-minute timer. And I don't think this is enough for a whole nother full sheet, so this is perfect. I have 2 cookie sheets and the cake pan. Padawan Becca says, I have a question. Is there a difference with making cookies on a cookie sheet versus a cake pan? There's not. They're both metal. One just has deeper walls. So like the cake pan is going to be harder to get the cookies off in the end because I can't really scoop underneath them, but it's okay. I will just have to maybe destroy some and eat those ones. All right, this is the last of my dough, so I have one more shape I get to pick. I'm gonna go with dinosaur, this one, because it looks like a camel. I don't see it at all. I don't see it. Like the first one looks most like it, but no, go up higher. Those ones don't. How are we doing? Another minute. Set a timer for a minute. Can I get this in here? Nope. Okay, there's only a little bit left, so I'm just gonna have to stop there. So like, they go this way. Nope, they go this way. Like the first one looked most like it. And I mean, it still looks like a camel, and then they got larger. I'm not exactly sure why. They will still taste good. All right, are we ready, timer? All right, so here is our first batch. They're all about the same color. Like they don't really change a whole lot in color. They do spread a little bit in the oven, I've found. Set a timer for 6 minutes. And I'm going to let them sit here for a little bit just so they kind of solidify up, and then we're going to try and get them off the cookie sheet. Because you don't want this greased, you do not want to use parchment paper or they won't stick with the cookie press. Trill Girl says, do you know if all cookie presses are standardized? I'd love to get more fun shapes like the questionable dino, but I'm not sure they'll fit. I'm not sure. Mine all came as a set, so I haven't tried anything else. Jess says, Camel by Dolly. Alien Soup says, they remind me of those cookies you find in the tins. Yes, they look just like those. I'm gonna grab a plate and a paper towel. What I will be doing is I'm gonna put these on parchment to cool, but I will deal with that later. That one broke apart. So we have our little cookie shapes. So the other thing I'm thinking is it might also be helpful to chill the dough beforehand, which is not something I remember doing before, but they still turned into shapes. Yeah, they're just like butter cookies. It's been a while since I've had one. So I just put a few here, but I'm gonna put the rest on parchment paper. Just to cool down. Someone asked if I could show off the dies in better detail. Yeah, I can do that. So mine came with candy cane. I can grab a ruler if that helps, because you want to know what size it was. They are 1 7/8 inch in radius, diameter. So that's what they are. So we have candy cane. We have bat. Shape. They have names in the book. This one is used for if you are doing like a cheese straw, like you mix up a cheese straw dough, and then you can just pipe a long tube of it, and then you have cheese straws. Wreath. Other wreath. Snowman. Pumpkin. Abstract shape. And I think this one's called butterfly. And let's see, what else did I use? I used this sun one. I used the tree one, the camel one. Come here. And then the first one I used was this star. It's a 5-pointed star. That's cat with mustache? Which one? This one? The butterfly one? All right, I'm gonna put some parchment paper out so I can start getting these cookies off the sheet. Are you cool enough for me to touch? Yes. We have a 9-month resub from Jay Lineback. Thank you. Penguin Frog says, mine are Pampered Chef, but they have notches in the edges. Does the ring they sit in have notches where they fit there? These flower ones really spread, but I feel like the trees did not spread as much. They also got a little more crumbly, I think, so I think I should have taken them out a minute sooner. Penguin Frog says, I believe so. The notches just to make sure they don't spin. That makes sense. Like this is how, oh shoot, it's breaking. Like this is how thin they should be. Like they're not like super thin, but they're not like real puffy either. And they're soft. And what I should have done was grab my other cake pan and put that in the freezer. So I had another pan to finish the rest of the dough. Thank you. Let's take these out. And we'll put these ones in. Set a timer for 6 minutes. So these ones also spread, and some of them look a lot closer than others. So like you can see this one had the air pocket, and it kind of has like a little indent where that air pocket was, but it still filled in a little bit. And then this was the one I messed up. But some of these really spread. So I'm wondering if I should have added more flour, but it felt right. And they taste fine, and they did set up like cookies. So let's start over here where they're really spread out. Steven, would you like to come eat one? I know you like these. You're behind the cinnamon and chat. Here, eat the ones I've broken. Like this one. And this one, but this one's hot because it just came off the thing. Renee says, how many cookies is he allowed to have? A couple. Almost got these all off the sheet. Has he been a good boy? Oh, I thought you were gonna nod. Yes. He won 2 of the Mario Karts today. XD Symphony says, the cameraman deserves cookies. He does. We have a 9-month resub from Fred Burger. Thank you. All right. Is this cold enough? Yes, to do the rest of these. Do I want to switch up from camel? I think so. I think I want to go with Mustache Cat. That one didn't stick. Come here. That's it. We only got that many. There's Mustache Cat. One of them is one-eyed. 2 of them are one-eyed. Bagel, a couple of them are bagel. There we go. So this does need washed, and it is, I believe this one is top shelf dishwasher safe. Whatever one you have, make sure you check that. Hand wash it if you're not sure. Kepler and bagel cookies. They're both wearing mustaches. The dough is good though. The cinnamon is a good choice. I feel like there wouldn't be a whole lot of flavor if it wasn't in there. You could use like powdered cardamom also. I saw a recipe that had that. And it was very good. The Grapplepex says, if it's not dishwasher safe, it doesn't come in my kitchen. I mean, I feel that way about clothes too. If I can't throw it in the laundry machine, I don't want it. Did it start my timer back over like I wanted it to? Let's double check that. Yep. All right, we're gonna slide these up. Omega Samart says, I feel like a little nutmeg would be good too. Yes. Any of those sorts of like apple pie, pumpkin pie spices would be good. Cinnamon is very overpowering. So cinnamon is a good spice because you don't need as much. So I didn't get a chance to talk to my mom, but we have been playing phone tag. She was talking about, I was asking her what kind of frosting she made when we did cutout cookies as a kid, because that's what we did. All right, this is the one that looked the best, not before I cooked it. The dinosaur. So it spread the least also. Matilde says, could you make chocolate versions? I bet. You'd have to probably think about how chocolate powder, like cocoa powder, is drier. So you'd have to like start to get the dough ratio right. And I kind of want to make more of these and maybe try chilling the dough to see if I can get them to not spread as much. Oh, I broke one. Because some of these not dinosaurs, really didn't have a shape in the end. Questionable dino is a good raid message for when we're there. And we're almost there because we're gonna finish up these cookies. So I'm gonna start by running my Patreon ticker. Big thank you to my Patreon, not producers, what are mine called? I'm blanking on it right now because I haven't eaten dinner yet. But thank you to my Patreon subscribers for your contributions. And if you're interested in the perks that come with that, you can check out the link that Vagabond is sending from AutoChaz. Appreciate that. And we're getting a raid. We're getting a raid from Jared. Thank you, Jared. Welcome, raiders. Hi, Jared led me here. Welcome. We've been making Spritz cookies, which are similar to butter cookies, but they are made with a cookie press.
It's a gun.
It's kind of a gun, yes. It looks like this, except there's a die that goes on the end like this. Let me get a clean one because that one's full of dough and you can't see it. Here, this one. They look like this. This one's a pumpkin and it goes on the end of the cookie gun and then you click it and it spits out a cookie. Normally this is filled with dough and you just get to keep clicking out cookies and it's really satisfying because they just keep popping out. Yeah, I was doing that right next to the mic. I apologize. We have a 9-month resub from Colton. Thank you, Colton. But welcome, raiders. I know Jared was probably drumming tonight because it's Tuesday. The cookie gun is a lot of fun. But we've been making cookies. Let me hold up a decent looking one. Like this one. This one was a Christmas tree. So that was one of the shapes. So you can use food dye and dye your dough before you do this so you can get them in all sorts of fun colors. You can decorate them with sprinkles. You could put icing on them if you really want, but they're basically butter cookies. And they are, mine are flavored with cinnamon because I put cinnamon in them. It fell apart because that was a broken one. So I'm just waiting on another shit to come out of the oven. Chat was holding Jared hostage with a hype train. That tracks. That's how things tend to go, it seems. Sapphire Becca says, bring back the cryptid child. Do another cookie? The broken ones are in a pile. You can eat those ones, but I'm probably gonna end up making some more of these so that I can freeze them. I love how you're just hunched over the counter and there's so much of you still. So Shiny gifted a sub too, Axie Sableye. Thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. Noah says, oh, he grow. He tall. What's our timer at? We're almost there. I know it. 47 seconds. Renee says he's eating cookies like you don't feed him. Did you eat lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
What did I eat?
You had to think about that? I had avocado and tortilla chips and a protein bar.
I ate a soft pretzel and a protein bar.
Okay. Soft pretzel, you must be hungry.
I am hungry.
Mustache cat really spread out. Let's leave that cracked open. This is how Mustache Cat turned out.
does look like a butterfly.
Now it does. It really didn't. Oh, he deformed, yeah. They're butterflies now. I feel like every time I pull out the cookie press, I'm like, wait, what are all these shapes? There we go, those are all our cookies. Butterfly in the pan. There was butterflies in the pan. Wow, that only took an hour. I'm kind of surprised. I can make more later. I am out of butter right now.
We're out of butter?
It's frozen. I need it to be room temp.
Oh, okay.
So that's not happening. But this is what I wanted to make. It made roughly, oh, gosh, 4, 8, 12, 4 dozen, 5 dozen cookies. M-Tappet says, that was fast. Yeah, I mean, the stand mixer helps, but like you could have used like a hand beater, like the one that you hold that is basically that without like the bowl and everything. And that would have been just as fast as the stand mixer. But the cookie press makes it go super fast. A hand mixer, yeah. So we have a hand mixer and a stand mixer. So that would have been just as fast. Cool. Anything else anyone needs to know, Steven?
I'm streaming Starfield tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Starfield tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Breakfast stream on Thursday.
Breakfast stream on Thursday at 9 a.m. Zelda on Friday at normal time. 8.
8 p.m. Eastern. That's it.
That's it. I'm probably going to stream this weekend.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what. Probably Saturday. Something.
All right.
But I think that's it.
Okay.
Weekend stream? Yes, there will be a weekend stream. I've been trying to keep numbers up and see what happens. That's it. Thanks everyone for being here. XD Symphony says, I got a cookie press in my Amazon cart, so stream successful. Awesome. Have fun making Spritz cookies.
They are delicious.
They are delicious. All right. We had a good raid message. What was it? Anyone remember? It was something with the dinosaur. Questionable dino? Okay. Steven, who's live? Tom is live. Chaz, do you mind starting that raid for me to raid Tom and tell him questionable dino? Thank you. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Make sure you tell Tom questionable dino. Do you have it pulled up?
Yes.
And I hope everyone has a good rest of the week before, most of you have time off probably for the holidays, so I hope you all have good holidays. And I will see you this weekend for a stream. Thanks, everyone. I know, it goes away. Tom is playing Pokemon.
Old Pokemon. That's GameCube Pokemon.
Oh, thank you, Wesley. Does he have a...
I don't think he's seen it yet. I think he is doing a thing where like he continually replays the same part of an old Pokemon game in order to get a shiny Quagsire.
I see.
Which like seems hard.
Yeah, that does seem very hard. There, now he noticed it.
Questionable dino and mouse. I guess you wanted Mario Kart. Mel was baking cookies in celebration of her Mario Kart win.
The cookies have been planned for a little bit. All right, are you able to reach that for me?
I can reach anything.
I know.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Tune in for Starfield tomorrow and breakfast stream on Thursday.
Yeah.
Have a good
Unless
night.
I'm getting the tire repaired.
Maybe.
But probably tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye.